We've got homages to past Star Trek series and returning legacy characters in this upcoming trailer for Lower Decks Season 5. Well, hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome back to Sci-Finatics. Well, we have the final trailer for Season 5 of Star Trek Lower Decks to have a look at today. There's some really exciting shots in this new trailer, and obviously we've only got a couple of weeks before the final season of Star Trek Lower Decks airs on our TV screens, and I'm sure the series is going to go out with a big bang. News on the Star Trek front has been a little bit light on in the last few weeks, so it's good to get some new Star Trek content to talk about. Although with the New York Comic Con coming up next weekend, I believe it is, hopefully we'll be getting some more material and so forth regarding when we might be seeing Section 31 and also Season 3 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds as well. So that hopefully will be announced next weekend. So a bit looking forward to that. So without further ado, let's take a look at this final trailer for Season 5 of Star Trek Lower Decks, the last season of the show, and break it down as we go and see what we might be in for in this latest and last season of Lower Decks.
Captain's log. For once, everything's going better than expected.
This is terrible!
I wasn't sure how my junior officers would handle their new promotions.
I don't want to get promoted. I want to stay charmingly insubordinate.
But they've shown remarkable composure.
Well, we start with a bit of a reminder that our former ensigns have been promoted and given a bit more responsibility in the form of junior grade lieutenants. And although Captain Freeman's voiceover implies an extra level of professionalism and everything, we know that's not going to happen. We know it's going to be chaos all round on Lower Decks, because that's kind of what we expect. Things never quite going to plan, and our junior officers getting up to all sorts of mischief.
Everyone's obeying orders and working in lockstep.
Nobody pull their disruptors.
There's no chaos, hijinks, or interpersonal conflict.
Are you sure you broke up?
Yes! This might be one of the most mature and capable crews in Starfleet.
Let's do this!
So one interesting part of this part of the trailer is we see the Orions that we saw back in animated series. These were weird looking guys. I think it was the first time we'd ever seen male Orions in Star Trek, and they didn't have green skin. They had light blue skin, yellow eyes, and these sort of weird, almost like superhero kind of costumes on, which looked ridiculous. So obviously this didn't last very long, and obviously the next time we saw Orions in Star Trek Enterprise, they'd been completely retconned and everything and made an appearance that was more consistent with what we would expect Orions to look like. But this little sidestep in the Orion race, I think will be interesting to see how they explain this in Lower Decks, because obviously they didn't have green skin, they had light blue skin, they had weird yellow eyes and these strange costumes. So I'm sure Tendi and the other Orions will be, you know, making fun of that in some capacity.
Yes, totally, but you are sitting on it backwards.
Damn it!
Come on, danger time! I like when stuff isn't our fault.
Firing pulse.
Check me out. I'm a total T'Pol over here.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
If you're looking to discover one of the best pocket-sized earbuds in the quadrant, iBuds deliver stellar performance and superb lightweight comfort. I used them on my very own away mission recently, and I was really impressed with their powerful, balanced surround sound and customized snug feel. My son, who uses his Apple Earbuds Pro on a daily basis, said these ones sounded just as good, which is amazing at a fraction of the cost. Active noise cancelling mode with dual mics that remove up to -42 dB of unwanted background noise while accurately pinpointing voice for crystal clear calls was second to none. But if I needed to stay on high alert, then ambient transparency mode will let in everything around you. For the best of both worlds, there's a 50-50 mix you can choose. Whatever your preference, it's even easier than tapping a comm badge to toggle between the 3 listening modes, and with touch to talk, you can also control music, take calls, or chat with voice assistant just by touching the Bud logo. If you're working, playing, or away on shore leave, these buds deliver 6 hours of listening with ANC on, or up to 36 hours with the pocket-sized fast charge case. And you always know battery status with the built-in LED display. No need to keep an eye on bad M-Class planet weather or getting hot and sweaty because the iBuds are even certified water, sweat and dust resistant and can handle it all. And with the latest Bluetooth 5.3 chipset, they're widely compatible and easily auto-pair with all devices. So listen long and prosper. Hit the link below using the promo code Sci-Fanatic for an amazing 25% off discount and make your life sound beautiful with iBuds. We seem to be getting a lot of oversized creatures in this season as well. It looks like we've got a Klingon Targ there that's been overgrown somewhat and is more like a giant dinosaur-sized creature, along with this other alien who it looks like an axolotl or a Mexican walking fish that is not quite so placid. And it's also good to see the decon chamber back from Star Trek Enterprise being used to some comic effect here. I'm kind of surprised it took Lower Decks this long to kind of throw in a decon chamber joke in there, referencing those kind of somewhat gratuitous scenes in Star Trek Enterprise where, you know, T'Pol and Trip would lube each other up in the room just for kind of shameless ratings points or shameless promo images or whatever to get people watching the show, which was kind of a bit trashy. But if we look in the background here, I think this location that they're lubing each other up in the decon chamber is in fact Starbase 80. We can see on the wall behind here 80 is sort of obscured, but it does look like it could be a number 8 there. And we've obviously dropped hints before in Lower Decks about Starbase 80 being that backwater posting that nobody wants. And it makes sense that Starbase 80's technology would be so antiquated and old school and limited and dilapidated that they would still have to use the decon chamber because they don't have modern transporter filters and so forth. Which is what I think this exterior shot here is. Partially obscured by the graphic, but I reckon there's a pretty good chance that this is Starbase 80. Looks like we have a de-evolution episode with this crewman somewhat de-evolving based on the image on this pad, which kind of reflects what happens in the TNG episode Genesis to Riker.
This keeps getting cooler by the second.
Wait, everyone, shut up! This Kim's got 2 Pips! You're all still ensigns? That's f***ed up!
We seem to be getting some strange conflict going on between orange spheres and blue cubes. This is somewhat bizarre, looks like, and the orange spheres looks somewhat like tennis balls. There's obviously something, a very weird area of space they're travelling to in this season. But obviously the most exciting part of this new trailer for Star Trek Lower Decks is the return of not just one, but very many Harry Kims. We see a whole room here of Harry Kims from, I don't know, different realities, all kind of mixing together. One of which is a lieutenant, and he's absolutely stunned to realise that all of the others are still ensigns, which obviously is that running joke for many years on Star Trek Voyager, where poor old Harry Kim went the entire 7 seasons of the show without even the slightest raise in rank from ensign. But it appears at least like one of the versions of Harry Kim now in this universe is a lieutenant, which we're assuming is the proper Harry Kim and not like the weird mirror universe versions of Harry Kim. It'll be good to see Garrett Wang back as Harry Kim in this new season of Star Trek Lower Decks, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Obviously Lower Decks has struggled in its last couple of seasons to probably find the audience and find the ratings that it required to endure longer than it has. We're lucky that we've got 5 seasons out of this show. It is a little bit sad that it is ending. It does feel like we're just getting going on Lower Decks. It would have been nice if it had got 6 or 7 seasons, I think, before it got cancelled. But clearly there is a lot of people out there who, going from comments in my various videos in the comment section, there is a lot of people out there who just don't want to embrace animated content for Star Trek. They're only interested in live action content, and regardless of the quality of animated stuff, they're just not interested in watching it. And that seems to have been a deciding factor in the show's ultimate cancellation, I guess. But hopefully we're in for a good final season of Lower Decks. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for this last season of Lower Decks, seeing Harry Kim back again and other things? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section and we'll get chatting about that. Be sure to click on that link for the iBuds headphones. They're fantastic. Go and check them out for a massive 25% discount. Be sure to subscribe to Sci-Finatics if you haven't done so already, and also check out my merch in my merch store. Plenty of cool t-shirts and hoodies and caps and mugs and stickers in there to check out Star Trek and sci-fi themed stuff, and it really helps support the channel. I'll be back very soon with the next video. I'll see you soon.